Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing a 9 month later review of the Samsung Galaxy A51 just normal 4G. We don't have the 5G model, although it is out. We will be reviewing the A51 today because I feel like I have spent pretty much every day from January all the way up until now. I have been using this phone as my daily driver, and I want to make sure that you guys know that this phone is still a good value in late 2020, because as we all know, it was released in 2020 at the beginning, and so I just want to make sure that you have an updated view on this phone. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, the display. I already told you guys that you guys are going to hear me like a broken record. This display is amazing. As we all know, Samsung makes the best displays in the game, and this is honestly no different. Yes, it is a 1080p display. It doesn't need to be a Quad HD display, especially with Samsung phones right now, that in order to have 120 Hz on, you need to lower the resolution from the device. You need to lower the resolution from Quad HD to Full HD. And so this is no different, except it has no high refresh rate. So you're going to miss out there, but honestly, like a lot of tech YouTubers say, it's not a necessity. It's not something that you need. It's more of a want, and it really doesn't matter, especially at this price point. Secondly, the software on this phone is very good, and the reason why I say this is because this phone has received numerous updates throughout its lifespan since it was released, and honestly, I can really tell you that the performance of this phone is better than when it first launched. This phone is smoother and it's more stable. When I open up the camera, I remember it used to be kind of choppy in that area, and then now when I open the camera after some updates, it's a lot smoother. It doesn't stutter as much, and obviously you can see right here that this was the last update, which was September 21st, and I mean, this phone has gotten a lot better since it was first released, and it's very good. The performance is good. Look, it's very smooth, and you won't have a problem with this day to day. It's only when you start pushing this phone is when you really start to see that it kind of struggles a little bit from time to time. When you're playing games, you'll get the occasional stutter, but nothing really major. So gaming. Gaming on this phone, obviously, there's a lot of other phones, and some phones are specifically for gaming, but this phone does the job very, very well. You can play smooth frame rates for the most part. Occasionally, when there's a lot going on, it will tend to have a little bit of a stutter, but honestly, the performance on this, when it comes to gaming, it does a fairly decent job for what it is. And obviously, I know not a lot of people are a fan of the Exynos, and this has the Exynos 9611. So it's not the latest processor from Samsung, and I know that it is what it is, but to be honest, look at this. So don't judge my gaming skills because I am behind a camera, and okay, you saw that. It's very smooth. Obviously, after you start playing it from a lot of... Sorry, I need to kill these people before they kill me. If you play this for an extended period of time, it will get hot, so that's something to be aware about. But besides that, I mean, this phone is still very good for gaming. And as you can tell here, I'm pretty sure, if we go into the settings, hold up. Let's go in this building, and then let's go to settings. And then we go to audio and graphics. We see that we have the graphic quality on high, frame rate high. And you can see it runs it well. There is, again, if you use it for an extended period of time, you will see a little bit of throttling from time to time, but to be honest, it has some very good graphics, as you can see right here, and it does it very well. Moving on to the build quality. So as you all know, the most premium flagship phones have glass, metal, and glass on the back, and we commonly call it here in the tech world, we call it a glass sandwich. This phone is not like them. This thing has a glass front, so it does have glass on the front, but when we go to the sides of the phone, it's plastic. It's plastic, but it's a high quality plastic where you can't really notice that it's plastic. You can sort of feel it, but when you feel it, it doesn't really feel like metal, but it doesn't feel like plastic either. Just, I don't know, it's kind of in between. And when it comes to the back plastic, because this is plastic, if you guys heard that, and obviously it isn't made of premium materials, but it is made in a premium way. This phone, despite it looking like a glass sandwich, it isn't, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing, you know? This is definitely more durable, and it will last you a little bit longer. And as for the camera, there is glass protecting the camera module, so you will get glass on here. So I'm guessing maybe the software is good, the gaming is great, the display is beautiful, as you can tell. You may be wondering, what's wrong with it? Does this thing have less features than the flagships? In some ways, yes, but in other ways, not really. If we look down here, I obviously have what every other phone has. I don't have the reverse wireless charging because that's just not a thing. I don't even have wireless charging on this thing, which I don't mind too much. I don't even have a wireless charger to begin with, so why would I complain? You do get the always on display. You get all the different features that you can get with the always on display. You have the screen recorder, quick share, which actually came in an update, which was really cool. It came in an update sometime in June, so we got the quick share update. So you're not missing anything from the flagship S20s. You do have music share, you have the dark mode here. So here's the dark mode. It obviously goes dark, and it's system wide for the most part. You have focus mode, which is a really cool tool that if you want to stay focused, you just activate this and you customize it a little bit and you should be fine. Like, it will keep you on track. And nearby share. This is a thing that Google released kind of quietly, and we received it in a little update. And so it wasn't anything major, it was just this. And so it was good to see that they launched it. And you also get live caption. If you don't know what live caption is, it's when captions appear when speech is detected, and I'll give you an example. So as you can see right here, you are maybe in a quiet environment, you don't want to bother anyone, so you just kind of want to watch a video. What live caption does is basically when it hears that speech is being detected, and look at this. You see that as I'm talking on this YouTube video, this one that I'm playing, and by the way, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. This is how it basically works. So again, you're not missing out on features when it comes to this device, despite it being a lower price tag. Yeah, you don't get the 120 Hertz like you do in other Samsung phones and other Android phones, but it's okay. It's still a very smooth phone. Obviously now nowhere near as smooth. It's still a good display nonetheless. And confirming the software, One UI 2.1, so we still don't have the 2.5, but we do have Android 10 on board, as you can see right here. Boom. I always liked how you can mess around with this. I really enjoy this. It's kind of fun. And now for probably one of the most main things that people look for in a smartphone is obviously a good camera. And this thing has been nothing short of amazing. and I've heard this from a ton of different reviewers who have talked about this device, that the camera is a surprisingly good camera for how much this thing costs. And I would have to agree. I mean, we see right here, we have the ultra wide lens, which you can see has a little bit of distortion from time to time depending on how you take the photo, but you can correct that within the settings. We have the pro modes for those users who want the most control over their device. We have live focus, which again blurs out the background from the subject, and it's good to see that we have all of that here. We have video, we have night mode for all of your night shots with the ultra wide as well. So we have the ultra wide and the normal primary lens. We have panorama, macro, food, super slow-mo, hyperlapse, single take. And single take is obviously, if you remember, it's from the S20 lineup. You will be getting a lot of the main features that the flagships do have. So you're not missing out on a lot. I'll show you some camera samples. Check them out and judge them for yourself. Alright, so my conclusion on this phone, where does it stand? And to be honest, I would say that it's still a very good value here in late 2020. It's a very overall good package, but if you can find the Galaxy A51 5G for a carrier deal, take that option over this phone because it does offer a little bit better specs. But if you don't want to go down that route, you want to go with the A51, which is obviously a little cheaper with launch price, then by all means go ahead and get it. You won't be missing out on that much, to be honest. That was my full review on the Galaxy A51. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. That way you won't miss out on future videos.